What's going on, everybody? Sports Snippets, Dennis Sullivan, Monday, the 14th of October. We are here, or I am here, I should say, to recap Miami Dolphins Week 6. Of course, this was our fifth game because we did have the bye week last week. Here to go over everything as far as what happened. I do have, of course, the snippets board now. To my right, your left, most likely, to go over some of the highlights and to go over some of the main keys of this game, which unfortunately was a loss again for the Dolphins by a score of 17-16. We hang in there till the very end. I mean, actually, we had a great comeback, but it fell short. It was basically a comeback that just didn't quite get us in the win column. Although we went for two with just seconds remaining to win that game. I can't question that call either as far as should we have just kicked the extra point to tie the game up and probably force overtime. I don't know. You know what? I think it was a pretty good call. See, it's tough to say that this is a good call or that's a bad call or, question a call in general when it doesn't work. But I kind of like the call, though, to go for two. So let's get that part. Let's just get that part right out of the way real quick. Let's now go into what I believe were the key takeaways from Sunday's game. Of course, Dolphins now falling to a record of 0-5. Okay. Let's go with the main question first. Do you start Fitzpatrick? Do you start Josh Rosen? I think the answer for right now is pretty clear. You gotta, if we want to win a game, yeah, I mean you gotta go with Fitzpatrick is the better answer right now, and I think that's really where you need to go. A lot of it now, as far as Rosen goes, I mean, most of this is not his fault. He was thrown into a very difficult situation. If not all of this is not his fault. I mean, you could say probably all of it is not his fault. They were discussing this even in the studio on the halftime show of the game, the halftime studio show, I should say. You have Hall of Fame football players in the NFL, a couple of them saying that exact same thing. Is that Rosen is in a very difficult spot, and there's really not much he can do working with what he is now working with. But with that being said, especially after watching the Week 5 game, or I'm sorry, Week 6 game, it was our fifth game of the year. Sorry about that. Especially after watching that game, Fitzpatrick very much more decisive where he's going with the ball. He's very much more in control out there, and he's running the offense. I mean, a lot better. He's the main reason why we came back and almost won that game. We almost won that game. He took us down the field twice, scoring drives. I mean, that was great what I saw out of him. So much of that question is answered too in the positive play and the very good play of one Ryan Fitzpatrick. So we need to keep that in mind when we look at that whole picture. Okay. Number two, offensive line. Offensive line was absolutely atrocious, especially in that first half when you had poor Rosen just trying to run away. I mean, I kind of felt bad for the guy, during parts of that, especially that first half. He got sacked 5 times, under duress, under pressure, all the time, guys. I mean, he was just, in the beginning, it was terrible. And this is a little disappointing, especially after I thought we made some positive strides in the game, our previous game against the Los Angeles Chargers. We made some positive strides, but then, we see this happen, and it was just too bad. It was very unfortunate. So we got to get the offensive line playing a lot better from the beginning of the game. Not, okay, we're gonna find our way by halftime. No. We have to, and I understand there's injuries that come into that, and there's lack of, you could say talent in a sense. we still have talent, but it's like this isn't our starting, like the same group we had last year. Let's put it that way. So that's a deficiency, and we just have to keep getting better. We have to keep getting better. We have to. They showed. I'm more frustrated, I think, about the offensive line than anything because they showed progress against the Chargers. They really did. Only to go back to where we were, which wasn't good. And allowing sacks and running plays that go for maybe a yard. Okay. Item number 3, will we win a game? I'm going to say, yeah, I think we're going to win a game this year. I mean, we've got 11 of them left. We could find a way to win one game. Who are we going to beat? I have no idea. How we're going to do it? I have no idea. But I say we could squeak one out. If we start Fitzpatrick, yeah, Fitzpatrick's pretty good. I mean, he's not great, but he's good enough to get you a win or two. I think we can agree on that. Okay. Some things I liked yesterday. We got Mike Gesicki a little bit more involved in the offense. I like that a lot. He probably could have played a little bit better, but I think part of that too, I'm going to give him a break. He's all of a sudden now he saw volume. It's almost like we have to get him into the flow on a consistent basis, not just, okay, now we're going to target him 7 times. He made one really good catch. I like to see that. That was really good. That was a nice takeaway from the thought. And so was Mark Walton. Mark Walton got a little bit more involved. He had 6 carries from a run. He looked pretty good out there, and he caught about, 5 passes. So 6 carries, 5 catches. I'll take that any day. He looked okay. I say let's get him more involved then. I mean, if that's what we want to do, I have no problem with that at all. Kenyon Drake, I mean, yeah, there's still that question of, can he get 12 or 13 carries? I mean, he was close. He had 9. In my humble opinion, I think it's more of a coaching staff issue with him holding on to the football. I think he loses some volume based on that. I think the coaching staff has seen, and we've seen this year, a key fumble earlier in the season, deep in the opponent territory. So I think that is the main question that we don't know the answer, but we can guess the answer, and that is Kenyon Drake not quite getting the volume because maybe the coaching staff doesn't quite trust him to hold on to the ball. Can I blame the coaching staff? Not really. Can I criticize them for maybe holding back Kenyon Drake a little bit along the way? Yeah, I think I can a little bit. Not major, but I'm a little bit disappointed there. That especially, we have to wait till like almost the end of the first quarter now to see him get involved in the offense. That's a little bit frustrating, guys. That's a little bit frustrating. So I thought that was really not a surprise. We've been seeing that all year. He had 9 carries. He was a factor out of the backfield catching some passes. Okay. All right. There were absolutely horrendous calls in this game by the officiating team. And this isn't to say we would have won had the officiating been better. No. I'm not saying anything like that at all. Because actually, of the 2 horrible calls, one was against the Dolphins, one was against the Redskins. Okay. They called us on a key, 3rd down. They called us for an illegal screen type of play that not only negated the conversion into a 1st down, it also took us out of field goal range. And you know what? If we deserve that penalty, I get it. It was a critical call. I saw the replay one time, guys, once. And in that one viewing I had of that particular play, an offensive illegal screen type of call, I'm telling you right now, and again, I only saw it once. Maybe I missed something. I didn't see any contact. Um, I actually didn't see contact. I saw a guy run up kind of close. The receiver did kind of close to the defender, and then I guess he made a move one way or another. I thought, and here's where I might be wrong. You have to have some sort of contact. You know what I mean? Like run into the guy, an illegal pick, an illegal screen. I didn't see it. I just didn't see it. And then we had against Washington. Now I'm wondering if this was more of like a makeup kind of call or what have you, but a very questionable roughing the passer call on the Redskins with about 3.5 minutes left in the first half. So I didn't see any roughing. I was happy we got the penalty, don't get me wrong. But I didn't see it, guys. I did not see a roughing the passer um, at all. At all. I was, again, I was happy that we got the call, but who knows? That might have been a makeup call. I don't know. But those are two really questionable. I got to tell you, two of the most questionable calls I've seen in a while, in a number of weeks. One for us, one against us. What are you going to do? All right. Other than that, guys, we had a nice fake punt that worked. I like that play. That was nice. Offensive line, again, absolutely atrocious. Item number 3, will we actually win a game? If the offensive line starts to block a little bit better, we have a chance. Rosen, I don't want to put him down too much because he's a very young player. He's basically gaining experience. But I'm going to say this right now. Depends where you want to go. Do you want to give Rosen the experience, or do you want to have a better chance to win a game? I think the better chance to win a game goes into the hands of Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I will end this week's program with that main thought. I'd like to thank everyone for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Dennis Sullivan, Sports Snippets, Monday the 14th. I will see you, yes, you, next time. And until then, over and out. I'll be back in a few days. We'll preview our next game coming up in a couple of days later on this week. Thanks again. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.